What's up, fellas? It's Monday, September, finally, 2nd. Happy Labor Day. Uh, Finally September, so the temps will start cooling down. It's only 92 this morning. It's getting close to noon, I think. Got out here to work on the truck, the Nitening. Run into a little issue the other day. It kind of got me torqued off, so I didn't mess with this for a couple of days because I was trying to decide what to do and what I'm going to do with this thing. So here's the issue. You know, I had the headers on for a while, and I had these pipes made so I wouldn't be running right off the headers until I got it to the exhaust shop. So this one works fine. You know, goes up in there good, no issues. This one, not so much. It's hitting here, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to clearance that enough to make it work or beat the pipe in. The other option was to put long tubes on and then try to sell these. I don't know anybody around here that's got an F-150 that would be interested in buying these. The guy that worked next to us had had just bought a Lightning. The guy's name is Muddy. Just had he had a black LX at Dyno Day that I neglected to get pictures or video of, but he got a really nice Lightning. I had texted him to see if he might be interested in these, which would take away some of the pain of buying another set of headers. The reason I didn't buy them initially was because they're 1.5 inch pipe and these are 1 5/8. I thought it would be kind of a wash, but I ran it through my engine sim program, and these would work a little better for the off idle torque, but the long tubes would pick up 25-30 horsepower at the up near the peak, so kind of a wash maybe. In reality, that it's going to be below 2,500 RPM. These would work better, and that thing having 3 something gearing, like 325 or 330, somewhere in there, it would probably be better. But if it ain't gonna fit, or if I gotta beat a big dent into that, and I know the guys at Hot Rod Video, that was the Motor Trend TV guys, Finnegan and Dulcich and the other guy. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like doing stuff like that, so I might grind a little bit down and see how this works, and if I gotta dimple it, well, we'll just have to go from see what it looks like and then go from there, I guess, before I make the call. Other than that, everything's done on this. I did buy kind of a little impulse buy. Got this thing because I didn't like putting the chains on here and then using the leveler. If I can put this on here or here and pick it up and then make it easier to finagle around, because the way the motor sits, or the way the motor sits in the chassis, that leveler was way back up underneath there. You can see where it ganged or beat up on the firewall. So I'm trying to avoid that. That was the main reason in getting the leveler, or the that plate. Plus, it got me over $100, so I saved shipping. So, kind of using Enron math, I saved money, or wife math. The other thing, oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Rock Auto. You know, before, whenever you bought stuff through Rock Auto, it was always, the shipping got kind of ridiculous. So they recently revised their shipping. I'm going to set you up here so I ain't got to hold it. My shoulder don't like that. So they revised their shipping. So before, if you got something from warehouse A, that was like 10 or 15 bucks, and then you got something from warehouse B, that would be another $9. And it got to the point where you'd be further ahead trying to buy it from comparing the part numbers at Summit, because you'd be further ahead. You know, you save money actually, or even buying it local. So now with their new deal, it's almost like a flat rate of like 10 or 12 bucks for shipping, which is good, because you know you get the different warehouses, but you're trying to buy a certain product, a certain brand, and you get 3 warehouses, and then you know, you're paying 30 bucks for shipping, and sometimes, you know, some of the parts don't even, shipping costs more than what you're buying. So anyway, I gotta make up my mind today on that, what to do with the headers, and I'm gonna try to put the engine in regardless. From what I gathered searching online, the Hedman headers are real easy to put in. There's a lot of room. You ain't gotta mess with linkages or anything for the transmission or anything like that, so they could go in after. I would have to blast that old paint, that they got, that black temporary paint, they even call it temporary, off, and put some of that barbecue grill paint on, just so it don't rust. I try to avoid rusting anyway. So that's where I'm at. I did put the new fan motor in, got this in new, got that pulled out apart, got it all cleaned out. This looks like there's a gap, but it's actually filled with that butyl rubber rope, so hopefully it won't leak terribly bad. I took off that old tinfoil blanket that was on there. I've got a new heater core. I just haven't brought it out and put it in yet, and then I just about got the after dealer added cruise control. I'm getting rid of that too. So get back. Oh, and the headlights, got them cleaned up and put back on. And I guess that's about it for this so far this week. Anyway, I'll get off of this and get to work. Appreciate y'all. Later. What's up, fellas? So that is still sitting on a little stand, but I have been working on the truck. I got the cooler in. I mocked this up yesterday. Got it fitted on here. Looks pretty good. I think that'll move a good amount of air. I figured, it's been raining like pretty much every day last week, and yesterday it wasn't raining all day, but it was off and on sprinkling. And the garage is only like, it's like a 21 by 22 or somewhere in that area, but I don't have enough room. If I bring the pickup in all the way into the garage, then there's no room for that to be on the same, on this, for the cherry picker to be on the same surface. So I don't have to have the engine on the stand raised up and then push it uphill into the garage, into the truck. And so what I got to do is bring the truck halfway in the garage, have the back end hanging out, and then put the engine in. Of course, the weather's got to cooperate for me to do that. So, and it hasn't this last week, but I have been making progress. I got this mocked up, transmission cooler in yesterday, got that mounted. Guess I could show you that. So I just put these screws along the side. There's between the rows, the fins, so it's not hitting anything inside. And then I got little mounts out here, the little plastic jobbers, if you can see it. Where are we? There you go. Right there. So it's mounted good and rigid. This is the return line. I'm going to replace that. And this is the feed line, the pressure line. So that's going to go into the radiator. Then the other line will come out of the radiator into the cooler, and then from the cooler back into that. That's the plan. I got a little terminal mounted over here. I got a new starter solenoid to put on here because the old one broke when I tried to take the nut off. And then, oh yeah, I know I found this. I'm going to have to replace that wire. There's some mice nibbling on that. The deal with that is they use the soy in the insulator when they make the insulation, and that's why the mice tend to chew on these. Story I've heard. Let's see what else. All that stuff is in. I think I told you in the first part of this. So I'm going to do the lines yet. I mounted the radiator in. It fits pretty decent, so I'm happy about that. And then got this mounted yesterday. Like I said, I wanted to do this now instead of trying to do it with the engine in the truck in case I got to get in there. Do any shenanigans in there, it's a lot easier with no engine. Alright, so now let me get these lines hooked up and I'll get back to you on the next one. What's up, fellas? I'm back to working on the truck again. Yes, I know it's the middle of September, but it's still 80 something degrees out. What I'm doing this morning is I was working on the fuel line trying to put these crossover lines on. These are 4AN, but I had to go measure because these on the truck fuel rails are a little bigger than the ones for a Mustang. I've put these on like on the LTD and on my red car, and able to get them on. If I put some Teflon lube, you can see a little bit left on here. I even clamped this to the side of that, and still nothing. Couldn't get it on. I couldn't even get it past the first barb even after heating this up. So I went and measured, found that to be bigger. So I'm just gonna have to use like a regular EFI line from the parts store. Just gotta make sure they give me EFI this time, so I can get these together. This is a adjustable fuel pressure regulator that Rod gave me. Thanks again, dude. I think he said it originally came off a Taurus. That's what he used on the van. And the van fuel lines look like this. And you can see they got different connections. One of Ford's better ideas, I would think you want to minimize cost by keeping the same kind of fuel line, but nah, they do it their way. So I've got to run a store sometime this afternoon and get that. But first I'm going to try to get the engine in. Let me show you what I'm doing with that. What's up, guys? It's Sunday. I don't know what day it is. It's Sunday, that's all I know. Yesterday I got the engine in the truck. That was a lot of fun. And I don't mean that seriously. I mean that as sarcastic as I can make happen. So let me get you spun around to show you a few cooking on here. Just got these 2 wire rolls. This is brown. This will be for the oil pressure gauge. That's back here. All this stuff is the fan controller I'm putting in, the gauges, and then the green will be for the antifreeze, because antifreeze is green, oil is brown generally. Hopefully no sparklies in it. This is the heater core I took out. You see how tight those are together? This is the one Rock Auto sent me. Supposed to be replacement. Not even close. I found a Motorcraft one on Summit, about twice the cost of that. I think I got this through Rock Auto, but it's 4 seasons. Yeah, it don't work. So what I'm going to do is figure out which of the 2 lines that go to this, which one is the feed. I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole in this and put that in the hose going to the feed, so it's not putting all the pressure in the heater core. And finally, this is where it's supposed to be. Like I said, it's quite a pain. It's kind of nice in a way to work on a pickup. You ain't got to jack it up to get underneath it, but at the same time, you got to use a little step ladder to reach stuff at the back of the engine bay. I decided to stay with those headers. Look, when I was underneath looking at it, the long tubes would have to go probably to the back of the transmission and cut over, because it's got the 2 tanks on it. There's just not enough room for pipes out the back. The way this is now, this pipe goes down underneath the engine and then back the way the factory was, so it's kind of going to be that way. I think probably the best route. Plus I've already got these, so Like I said, all this is in. It was a bit challenging doing it by myself for the most part. Like I said, it was no fun. Got the new motor mounts in. Everything's pretty much done underneath that I can do for now. Once I get the starter on and find the nuts for the torque converter, that'll pretty much be done underneath there. And then get all the stuff up on top here finished up. It's supposed to be raining, so I'm really not messing with it today. Plus I am wore out. I'm just about 63 now, and all this up and down is, I was tuckered out today. So taking an off day, watching some football, recuperate. When you get older, that ground gets further away. it's up and down so many times. I was out here from like 9 o'clock yesterday till just about 8 o'clock last night, and I was feeling it when I got done. So I'm gonna get this loaded, wrap it up. It's almost like probably 15-16 minutes long. That's plenty. I don't know if anybody would make it all the way through it, but like I said, just trying to incorporate stuff that hopefully somebody can make use of in the future sometime down the road. All right, appreciate y'all. Later on.